I'm not going to lie to you that reading waves is super hard to do as a beginner, and this is one of the most important and underrated steps in learning how to surf. It doesn't matter how good your pop-up is or if you know how to ride the waves if you can't catch them to begin with. This week, we're going to be talking about how to read waves and how to make sure you're in an optimal spot to catch the waves and practice your pop-up and learning how to ride the wave. One of the biggest ways that you are going to learn how to read waves is by watching other surfers and actually not even paddling out in the water, but watching from the beach. This gives you a lot of valuable skills to practice without having to waste energy paddling for waves that you don't really know how to get into. This method I'm going to teach you is going to be a foolproof way that you can see where a wave is about to break and know how to paddle yourself into the correct position to take off on that wave and not nosedive or have the wave pass from underneath of you and it goes on without you. First, you're going to start by being just on the beach and looking at the waves that are rolling in and possibly looking at the other surfers and where they're positioning themselves in order to be in the best spot to catch the wave. Once you decide to paddle for a wave, you're going to want to paddle really hard and often give a few more paddles than you might think you'll need to make sure that you are actually being picked up by the wave and catching it. The way that you can do this is looking at a wave as it starts to build up. You're going to look for a dark line where it's going to start getting darker in the water versus lighter. And this is the spot where it's going to eventually come up and peel and break. And then you are going to be able to position yourself just slightly off of that dark line to be able to catch the wave. It'll depend on your skill level to know if you need to be closer to the peak, i.e. closer to the dark part of the wave, or if you're going to be further out on the shoulder where it's a little bit lighter and seems to be tapering off. In other surf tutorials, people often try to tell you how many paddles you need before getting into a wave, and while this is often more paddles than you might think you'll need, it's not really a one-size-fits-all because waves break differently, and it also depends on how far out you are in the lineup. In my next video, I'll be talking more about specifics of actually catching a wave, paddling into it, positioning, popping up, and your stance for riding on the wave. So be sure to check out that video next week. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're interested in more tips on how to progress your surfing as a beginner, be sure to check out this video. I'll see you in the next one, and happy surfing.